Hello, I'm Lourdes Smith for the Finance News Network, and joining me from Thor Mining is its Chairman and CEO, Mick Billing. Mick, welcome back to F&N.
Hi Lourdes, thanks for the opportunity.
Now, since we last spoke in August, the company inked a deal to acquire the Pilot Mountain Tungsten project from Blackfire Minerals in September. What attracted you to the asset?
Several things, Lourdes. I guess in the first case there's an existing resource at a pretty good grade. It's a JORC compliant resource of about 6.8 million tonnes at just over 0.3%. That's not a bad start, but in addition to that, there's down the eastern end of that resource there are some very high grade intersections that need to be followed up and have not yet. We hope that as a result of following up on those, the resource grows in both tonnes and in grade. And finally, there's plenty of other mineralisation that has been uncovered by historical drilling, which suggests a significant increase in the resource is not just possible, but has a pretty good chance.
Certainly, and what are the terms of the deal, and when was the transaction completed, and what is next on the to-do list?
The transaction was completed in the last week in October, Lourdes. The shareholders of Blackfire Minerals held their meeting then, and that secured the final approval to go ahead, and we executed a couple of days after that. The acquisition cost is about 2.3 million Aussie dollars, made up of just over 400 million shares at a value of almost 1.7 million Aussie, and also there's an assumption of debt of a bit over $600,000. That was part of the transaction. Collectively, therefore about $2.3 million. Next on the to-do list is, in respect of Pilot Mountain, is a whole bunch of exploration to see if we can increase the resource size as soon as we possibly can. But there is some work to do to make that happen.
Certainly. So what's your timeline for completing these goals?
I guess, Lily, the long way of answering that is to go through the process. The first step in increasing the resource inventory, we would like to do that to make a start on doing that quite quickly, and we'd also like to test a few other targets where we think serious potential does exist. Cash is tight, so if we want to get on with this quickly, our options may need to include not just raising capital, but also to bringing in a partner to make this happen in a timely manner. In any event, I guess the first activities on the ground will not take place until after the US winter. The exploration program to do all that we would like to do is probably a couple of years.
So finally, Mick, Thor Mining is also focused on the Molyhil Tungsten mine in the Northern Territory, where you're working on an upgrade of the definitive feasibility study. What are the latest developments at the site, and how would you like to see the project positioned this time next year?
Sure, Lily. The DFS has been delayed a little, and I have to acknowledge that, but it is on track for completion relatively soon. I'm pleased to report that so far there haven't been any nasty surprises along the way. We've been having a number of promising discussions in respect of project finance with several players, and I think that once the DFS is complete, we will be able to accelerate those discussions quite quickly. In respect of where we are next year, this time I honestly believe that we should be partway through construction. There's a 12-month construction period from the time we get project finance. I would hope we're well into that this time next year.
Fantastic. Well, Mick Billing, thank you for the update from Thor Mining.
Thank you, Lottie.